Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our mindful flow yoga. So our theme today is balance. So we will be balancing the body on one leg quite often. So let's get started by starting in a seated position. Good. So we take this moment to connect, to disconnect from work and shopping and all the other activities that are part of this holiday season, and we just connect with our body. So become aware of the whole of your body as you sit. And take your fingertips to the floor, press down and elongate out of the waist. Spine nice and tall, and especially opening the diaphragm muscle, so creating length and width. This is your main muscle of respiration. And notice its movement with the breath. It's fine to have a hand on the diaphragm if that helps you to track its movement. And now we'll shift to Ujjayi breathing, kind of affectionately called the ocean sounding breath. So get your attention into the back of your throat and very slightly contract the glottis or your vocal cords and hear sort of a very mild whispering sound like but your mouth is closed. It's done on the inhale and exhale. So that's going to be paired off with movement in our mindful flow today. And as you do this, relax your lower jaw, neck and shoulders, center of the abdomen. So this particular pranayama breathing practice is slightly heating. So right now it's winter time, so it's very helpful to warm up the body. And this breathing helps us be more grounded and centered and present. Okay, so for the moment, let go of Ujjayi breathing. Return to your normal breathing. Take your left hand on the floor and your right arm and reach way outward. Press the hip down to the floor, lengthen out of the waist. And slowly shift sides. And as you return to center, take both arms behind you, place your fingertips to the floor, tilt your pelvis and open the whole front of the body so that the nose is parallel to the ceiling, not yanking the head back. Feeling the opening in the chest. And on the next exhalation, we'll return to center. We're going to go into just an opening, kind of a warming twist. So we're going to slowly twist it to the right. So left hand is on right knee, right hand behind you. And we lead with the navel and the chest, the center of your chest. Noticing any tightness in the spine and paraspinal muscles. And on your next exhalation, return and take that twist to the left. And then on the next exhalation, return all the way back to center. Good. Now, as you return back to center, we're going to sit back on your heels, use a stack of blankets or blocks underneath if that's necessary. Good. Interlace your fingers, take the palms up to the sky. And we're going to elongate the spine here in child pose. So pressing the hip crease back behind you. Kind of get your belly and your chest down to the floor. Lengthen the arms and the fingers forward. And now slide the hands back toward your body. Good. And we're going to squat here. So have the blocks on each side if necessary to place your hands on for squatting and holding. And then tuck the toes under, get the heels back, and have the thighs parallel to the floor. So using 1 or 2 blocks for stability. The hands can be placed in Namaskar in the front of your chest, elbows out. And take a gentle lift through your lower belly. Good. And now take your hands to the floor, bring your knees back, and point your toes behind you. Good. And around the back, drawing the navel in and releasing the back of your neck and head. Now, staying in this position, do not move your head and neck for now. Take the tailbone and reach back and up, concave low, mid, upper back, and then let the head come up naturally. Press through the arms. And then exhale, return to the cat stance. And then inhale into the cow. And once more, round the back. And then return to center. As you return to center, lift from the lower belly. Take your right leg behind you, curl your toes under, press the heel back. Good. Take the left arm all the way in front of you with the palm facing up. Now keep your neck in neutral by looking down at your right thumb and lift your right leg behind you, press the heel back. If this is not accessible because of wrist issues, just simply keep your foot down to the floor. And as you exhale, you're going simultaneously to bend your left elbow and your right knee and have them meet in front of you. Good. Do it again. Inhale, reach back and forward. Good. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach back. And exhale, hand and knee down to the floor. 1 breath break. Opposite side. Left toes on the floor behind you. Lift gently from the lower belly. Take your right arm in front of you, thumb up. Gaze down. Lift the left leg, heel back. So we want to lift the leg only at hip level. Inhale, and then as you exhale, bring your elbow to knee. Reach again, forward and back. Inhale, and then exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale again, and then exhale, hand down, knee down. Take your hands forward about 1 hand's length. Spread your fingers, pressing down with the mounds of the fingers and pressing down with the base of your fingernails. It's like you're clawing the floor. With the toes curled under, lift gently from the lower belly and take the hips back. From the hips back, pounce gently into downward facing dog, keeping the knees bent and the tailbone up. Relax the back of your neck. And take the outside of your triceps and bring them down gently towards the floor, as if you're trying to release any pinching that you may have between your shoulder blades. Press the hips back. And now look between your hands and take your right foot forward and your left. And from here, we'll hang into forward fold. The knees are bent, the chest is over the thighs, and the hands are on the floor or on blocks. So have your blocks handy, close by in case you need them. And then we release completely the back of the neck and head. And take the hands in the front of the legs. They can be closer to the knees or ankles. And lift the sitting bones. Open the chest. So we're opening the lungs and heart forward. Take a breath in. With you Ujjayi breathing, exhale and fold. Come up again, half forward fold. Or the Uttanasana, inhale. And then exhale, full Uttanasana. And now lift up halfway. Grab a hold of your hips on each side and take your thumbs right in the crease of your hips. Draw the shoulder blades gently toward each other and mainly down toward your kidneys and waist. And then come up with a lengthened back. So we don't want to round the back as we come up. So use your legs and your core and come up. Great. So as you come up to standing, summon your Ujjayi breathing again, and we'll start in Samastihi. So the feet can be hip-width distance apart. We can have the big toes touch and the heels slightly apart. See what helps you balance the most today. So feel grounded through your feet, base of big toe, little toe, and center of the heels. And open the arms to the side, bring the arms up and upward salute. Interlace your fingers except for the index finger, so in steeple pose. Look up, breathe in. And with the out breath, hands in prayer pose, hands over the hips again, and fold, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Open heart and lungs forward. Exhale, hands to the outside of your feet, fingers and toes, and line both legs back in plank position. Plank position, inhale, reach back with your right leg and lift just a little. And as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, left leg back. And then exhale, lower down. Bring your knees down, toes back. Tilt the pelvis, inhale. Exhale, lower your chest down with your elbows grazing the side ribs. Release the whole front of the body back to the floor and come up into cobra. Inhaling. And then exhale, coming back down. One more cobra. Press the legs down on the pelvis. Inhale. And then exhale, lower down. Curl your toes under, push up on all fours, reach back with the hips, exhale, downward facing dog. Staying at the base of your toes, lift the hips high and bring them back. Neck is light, nice and neutral. Looking between the hands, take your right foot forward and then your left. Take the hands in front of your legs. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, forward fold. Coming up halfway, hands on the hips, thumbs in the crease. Inhale up into upward salute. Exhale, hands come down right over your chest. Bring the arms alongside the body. Reconnect and feel grounded. Inhale the arms up. And then as you exhale, take the hands in prayer pose over your chest. Take your hands on your hips, elbows back, forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, hands to the outside of your feet, right leg back, knee down to the floor, toes back. Use a blanket underneath the knee if necessary. Bring both hands on your left knee. Sink the hips a little deeper. Good. And now take your right hand and place it on the back of your right thigh. Good. As you do this, squeeze the hips in towards center. And now take your left arm and bring it up above the head and back. Inhale, bring both arms to meet each other. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor. Bring your back leg to meet the front leg. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, take the hands in the front of the legs. And then exhale, hands down, left leg back, knee down to the floor, toes back. Bring both hands on your right knee, sink the hips a little deeper, squeeze the center. Now take your left hand behind you in the back of your thigh. Take your right arm and lift up. Inhale, both arms reach to the sky. Exhale, hands down to the floor, both legs back, plank position. Plank position, inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee toward your left elbow. Come back again, inhale. Exhale, left knee toward right elbow. Come back to center, inhale. Knees down, toes back. Exhale, chest down to the floor. Slide your whole body down to the floor. Firm your hips down to the floor. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, lower down. Curl the toes under, inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, walk your hands in towards your feet. And forward fold. Take your thumbs in the crease of your hips. Come all the way up to standing. From standing position, Vrikshasana tree pose. Bring all your body weight to your left foot. Good. We're going to do a different version today. Squeeze the hips in. Now you're going to take your right hand and place it around your ankle, and you're going to lift it up, not touch your leg, and hold it there. Good. Now from here, take your fingertips to the crown of your head. And at the same time, take the root of your tongue and press up and lift up. Good. From here, lift the arm up to the sky. Different version of tree. Have your eyes gently fixated on a focal point. Bring a smile to your face. Good. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower the arm down, lower the leg down. Take a 1 breath break. Shift your attention now to the opposite leg, right leg. Squeeze the hips to center. Take your hand to the inside of your left ankle and bring it up and open it out to the side. Take your fingertips so loosely to the crown of your head. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth as you lift up and reach way up to the sky. One more breath, inhale. As you exhale, lower the arm down, lower the leg down. Take a 1 breath break. Swing both arms up, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Forward fold right back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, come into plank position. From plank position, knees down, and keep your toes curled under. From here, bring your elbows down to the floor with your elbows directly underneath the shoulders. And we're going to go into an elbow plank. So from here, press your toes down, lift your knees and thighs. And bring your knees down to the floor. As you bring the knees down to the floor, take your hands right underneath your shoulders. We're going to move into another balance pose. Take your right leg all the way back behind you and bend your knee. Bring your weight to your right hand. Open the left arm in a big wide circle around you and grasp a hold of your ankle. Lift your toes up to ceiling. So we're lifting from the knee and landing the top of the thigh. Remember our psoas class last week? And toes up to the ceiling. Inhale. And as you exhale, lower your hand to the floor and your knee. Take a 1 breath break. And let's do the opposite side, left leg back. Bend your knee. Bring your right hand in a big wide circle. Grasp a hold to the top of your foot. Lift from the front of your knee and thigh. Push your foot away from your hand. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, hand down and foot. Bring your elbows back down to the floor. Go back into that elbow plank. And from that elbow plank, bring your hips down and your legs down to Sphinx position. Breathe slowly in and out of your nose. And from here, take your hands on each side of your chest and push up in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, walk your hands toward your feet and forward fold. Knees are slightly bent. Take your hands into the crease of your hips. Come up to standing. Inhale and exhale. Place your hands on your hips. Have your feet hip-width distance apart. Okay. And now take a step forward with your left foot. Bend your right knee. Your left knee, sorry. Right. Good. And now place your right hand to the outside of your right thigh and hip. And hold on. Good. Bring the left arm above the head. We're going to go into Warrior 3 from here. If you find that your balance is really precarious today, keep your hands on your hips. That's perfectly fine to do that. And then from here, we're going to swing the weight forward onto the front leg. And then from here, slowly lift the back leg behind you. Inhale. As you exhale, come back to your right leg. Bring the hands back down. Swing your leg back behind you. Take a 1 breath break. Take your right foot forward. Maintain that hip width distance between your feet. It's much easier to balance. This time the left hand is on the outside of the left thigh. Right arm is above the head or hands on the hips. Bend the right knee. Good. And start to shift your weight forward. As you shift your weight forward, take your back leg back behind you. On the next exhalation, back foot comes back to the floor, arm alongside the body, and bring your leg back. On your next exhalation, forward fold. From forward fold, go right back into downward facing dog. And downward facing dog, bring your knees down, toes pointing back, chest chin down to the floor. Come back into cobra with the inhale. And exhale, lower down. Curling the toes under, pushing up on all fours with the inhale. Hips back, exhale, we're back in down dog. Walk your hands toward your feet, back into forward fold. Take your hands in the crease of the hips and come back up. Good. So our last standing balancing pose, Garudasana, the eagle pose. So in the eagle pose, it is helpful for some people to have blocks to the outside of the feet so that they can place the foot on top if the balance is precarious. Okay. And we're going to start with the arms in front of you, palms facing up, palms facing behind you. And now you're going to cross your left arm over your right and bring the hands in eagle arms. Bend the knees. Bring your body weight onto your left foot. Feel very steady before you balance. Good. Now cross your right leg directly over your left, with either the side of your foot touching the outside of your leg or the top of your foot to the back of your leg, or hook it up entirely if that's possible. Good. Land in the spine nice and tall. Sit towards the floor. To come out of this pose, we fly out. So open the arms, inhale, and exhale, hands come together, foot down to the floor. Not always too graceful. Good. And now we're going to repeat with the opposite side. Arms alongside the body, spine tall. Arms in front of you with the palms up, palms towards you. This time cross your right elbow over your left. Good. Bend the knees. Firm the thighs, squeeze the hips to center. Now bring your body weight onto your right foot. Slowly bringing your left toes to barely touch the floor, and then to wrap the leg around. Sit the hips down, lengthen the spine tall. And inhale, come out. Exhale, bring your foot back down to the floor. Good. Swing the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, release and forward fold, and back into down dog. 2 breaths in down dog. And now looking between the hands on the exhalation, both feet come forward. Hands in front of the legs, half forward fold, inhale. Exhale, full forward fold. Lift up halfway, thumbs in the crease of the hips. Inhale, come up and upward salute. Urdhva Hastasana, hands in the front of your chest. And now lower yourself down to the floor. Stretch your legs in front of you. And notice your body after this flow. Notice the condition of your body, your mind, your breath. And slowly bring your breath down to a slower pace. And bend your knees up, place your feet on the floor. Bring the outside of your left ankle on the top, above your right knee. Open the arms slightly out to the sides. Exhale, drop your knees to the right of your body so your left foot touches the floor. If not, grab a block, place it underneath your foot. We want the left shoulder and shoulder blade to remain to the floor. Good. Now take the left arm and bring it above your head, back behind you, creating length in the whole left side of your body and hip. Just let your whole being sink into this twist. Inhale, the arm up. Exhale, the arm down and legs up. Change sides. So the outside of your right ankle is above your left knee. Good. We take a breath in. As we exhale, we drop both knees down to the left. Sole of your right foot on the floor or on a block or blanket. Right shoulder and shoulder blade stays down on the floor. Second step, take the right arm above your head behind you. And now feel the whole length in the right side of your body. As you exhale, sink into this twist. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arm down and bring the knees back up. Now straighten your pelvis because you're probably curved, and then bring both knees in your chest. Soften the belly down towards the floor, towards your lower back. And we're going to end with a simple inversion. So you have a choice here. If you have a bolster, you can take the bolster and place it underneath your hips. If you do not have a bolster at home but have a block, use a block underneath the hips. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Sometimes you need to place a towel or a blanket over the block to make it a little bit more comfortable. So if you're using a bolster, it's going to fit right underneath your lower back and hips. So it's right at the base, the edges at the base of your rib cage. Okay. And from here, land in the back of your neck. Good. And then from here, take the knees toward your chest and bring both legs up towards the ceiling. Do a very gentle tuck of the right shoulder and the left. Palms are facing up. Or you can bring the hands behind your legs. If you have back issues, keep your legs pointing towards the ceiling. If not, we can stimulate the kidneys by bringing the legs a little bit further back behind you. So check in with your body. So the benefits for your circulatory system and your endocrine system with inversion is very powerful. So I encourage you to do either legs up the wall or this version, or if you happen to practice shoulder stand, then that's something you can do. Okay. And now bend your knees. Put your feet back down to the floor. And now push either your bolster or your block. Both will work. Push it in front of you so that you can bring the soles of your feet together right on top of your prop. So breathe now from the inner thighs to the inner knees. Place your hands like this, like diamond shape, right over your navel being in the center. And with each exhalation, feel the navel recede back down towards the spine. As you breathe, feel a gentle movement of the abdomen, but also a flaring out of the rib cage. And again, there's contraction of the ribs and there's a drawing of the navel down gently towards the spine. And now let that movement of breath be more and more subtle. Very gentle, with no exaggeration of breath. Taking non-aggressive breaths. And as you continue with this breathing, slide both legs in front of you, draped over your bolster, or you can add another block underneath the opposite knee. So have one block underneath each knee, or a rolled blanket or a bolster. And now release the arms alongside the body. And see if you can turn the palms up towards the ceiling. So taking the pinky fingers, bring them toward you and then up towards the ceiling. Tip of your nose is in line with your navel. And close your eyes. As you close your eyes, stay in tune with that subtle inner breath. In Shavasana, we allow for all the benefits of our practice today to be integrated. And feel now the whole length of your spine relax onto your mat or blanket. Feeling that relaxation from the base of your skull to the base of your tailbone. Each vertebra releasing slowly down to the floor. Removing all tension from the paraspinal muscles. And now feeling the softening of the front body. So feeling your forehead smooth. Relaxing your eyelids over your eyes and feeling the eyes sink deep into each eye orbit. Relaxing the bridge of your nose and your nostrils. The flesh over your cheekbones. And releasing the hinges of your lower jaw. Relax all the way down to the tip of your chin. And relax around your mouth. Soften the inner walls of your cheeks. Feel your tongue simply float down gently toward the bottom of your mouth, toward your lower palate. As you do, feel the opening in the root of the tongue. And feel that relaxation all the way down to the tip, to the pit of your stomach. Feeling all the internal organs relax and recede back toward your spine. Do nothing, but be aware of your body and breath. Feel your limbs soft. And feel gravity behind you, just pulling gently your body down. Kind of give in to this flow of gravity. Let your whole body rest. Your breath, your mind, your emotional body. Feeling all parts of yourself coming into a whole, unified. And bring a gentle smile into the center of your heart. And as we come out of Shavasana, start to become aware of your environment around your body. Open and close your hands in gentle fists a couple of times. Roll your ankles a couple of times. And now bend your knees, placing your feet on the floor. Roll over on your right side in a fetal position, curled up. And take something from class today that was meaningful for you. And now slowly return back up to a seated position. Sit back cross-legged with a tall, strong spine, creating length and width in the diaphragm muscle. And let the arms open out to the side. And bring the hands together, balancing both right and left side of the body and brain. Thumbs to heart, bow down to yourself, and honor your journey, honor your personal path. And now let's spend a moment honoring all the people that are in class with us today. Shanti. Peace. Thank you for joining me for Mindful Flow today.